Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast, a D&D campaign based on Greek mythology. My name is Todd, and I will be the DM for this adventure. Now the players will say hello themselves.
Hello, I'm Macy, and I'll be playing Aldora.
Yo, what up? I'm Becca, and I play Malachi.
Hey guys, I'm Dimi, and I'm playing Castor.
Hello, I'm Becca, and I play Kiriki.
Howdy. I'm Kevin. I play Malachi.
I like most of those greetings. There are a lot of times that I feel sorry for younger people, like especially these kids. Like, first and foremost, they don't get away with anything because everything's recorded on phones, and so everything's posted on social media, and they're fucked. Like the things that we did as a kid, nobody will ever know about, and that's the way it's supposed to be when you're a kid. You're supposed to be allowed to be a kid, but unfortunately, these kids, it's stuck forever. One of the things that I really miss and feel sorry for kids these days about is that going to your friend's house and playing a video game. In my case, GoldenEye 007. You get together with a bunch of your friends, you sit around, you play it, and it's the best time ever. But don't try to revisit it, because I've tried to recently with some of the friends that I used to play with back in the day, and we all just kind of stared at it. We're like, this game sucks. The graphics are terrible. The movement is janky. This is a terrible game. Why did we used to enjoy it? Which brings us to today. Games that were awesome, but didn't really hold up. And in this case, my example is 007 GoldenEye. Loved it then, strongly dislike it now.
I think there's a general issue that the graphics are not holding up for many games. Even though they were like really good back then, they feel very junky now. And my general hot take on this is that almost every shooter, and for me it's a lot way back than you guys, but like the first Wolfensteins, Dooms, all those, they were horrible. They were great at the time, but they're horrible to play now. They make all these remakes. Heretic, Hexen, like all these games, they're really bad to play now. But my pick for this section is the first Alone in the Dark game, which most of you must be too young to remember. It was a horrible game. Back then, it was for some reason terrifying to me, but it looks like a joke now, if you see it. Like the characters are just geometrical shapes put together, like spheres and cubes, because it was one of the first 3D games.
That
and
shit
for
was
some reason we were
Sorry? I said that shit was nightmare inducing.
Mm.
Yes, but I think it's a more general issue because we as kids were not that much exposed to online media. Well, not at all exposed to online media.
I was going to say, it wasn't really online media. I just remember...
yeah, it's as they say, you can freak out your grandchildren by telling them you're older than the internet.
Oh.
Made you sad, Todd? Yeah, it is. We had a much more rampant imagination because we had it cultivated, because everything should be from our imagination. We didn't have anything to see in front of us for most of the things, like books, whatever. You had to use your imagination. And I think it made the games look better because in your head, they represented something else. But if you see it now, you see it more literally, and they look kind of bad.
You know, I never thought of it that way, but that is actually a really good way of putting it.
Mm-hmm. There's also like the whole thing about a lot of games were designed around the type of monitor screens that we had back then, you know, like CRT televisions and stuff. A lot of games were designed around that type of digital interface. So like games don't look as good. They just don't look as good because like the monitors are too high definition now. So it's not just in your mind. It literally just doesn't look as good because they're pixelated. Whereas on a CRT, the way that the TV blurred the image actually made the graphics look better in the past. I have a little bit more of an obscure game that I'm pulling from for this topic. when I was a kid, I played a game called Hero X. And I adored that game. I thought it was the best game ever. It was like a CRPG. You played as a superhero sidekick who, like, all the heroes were unavailable and you had to save the world from this low street level kind of bad guy, mega mind type of dude. And it was like a open world CRPG. You clicked around, you got to choose your superpowers, design your costume, and it was super fun as a kid. I tried to take a walk down memory lane and replay it the other day. And I booted it up, did all of the types of things you need to do to make a game from the 90s work on a computer of today. And then I played it for about 10 minutes and said, wow, this is shit. This is a bad game. This is terrible. Why did I think this was so cool as a kid? It was just so bad. The graphics were like the worst sprite pixel graphics, like just blocky and gross. The gameplay was just clunky and unresponsive. Oh yeah, it was so terrible. But I have just such fond memories of that game when I was a kid. So I was like, oh, I want to play that game so bad right now. And then I played it for 15 minutes and I was like, I'm never touching this another second in my life.
That's where nostalgia is kind of back and forth to me, because I want to relive some of those things, but at the same time, I'm like, it's not going to be the same. You need to let it go. And I'm like, no, sorry.
Do you know when I felt that? When I tried to play the remake of the first Red Alert, Command & Conquer. I was like, oh, this game sucks.
Yeah.
Dude, people used to sink hundreds of hours into that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And rightfully so. For the time it was released, it was very innovative. It was really good. But when you play it now with the evolution of gaming, you say, okay, this is a fossil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Red Alert 2 still holds up, but Red Alert 1 is really bad for me. Many people will hate me hearing this, but...
Oh, that's
I agree with you. Fuck
People who hate you don't care. They don't matter. Yeah, I just remember, like, it seemed like it was so cool back in the day, and then replaying it, I realized how terrible it was, and it made me think about all of the games that I played as a kid, and it was like, oh, how many of the games that I thought were amazing are just trash today.
It's a rabbit hole you shouldn't go down.
I know.
This is gonna spark some hate in the Pokemon community, but the earlier Pokemon games are really hard to play now. And I'm talking like Game Boy games and like Game Boy Advance games, like most people would know as like Red and Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Really buggy and hard to play. And then like Gold, Silver, and Crystal are better, but still not as great, because the original games before the DS games had something where all of, like, let's say fire, water, and stuff are all special attack, but then you'd have Pokemon that are water Pokemon that are physical attackers like Gyarados and Feraligatr, and they're just not very good because all of their moves are special attack and not a physical attack. When they introduced the DS games, starting with Diamond and Pearl, they did something called a physical special split, which split up the moves. So like there are water moves and stuff that are like special and physical now. So a lot of Pokemon that weren't great are amazing now, because like Gyarados jumped up a lot because of this physical special split. And there's just some good quality of life stuff. A lot of people don't like the what's it called? The XP share, which is really nice. There's all kinds of new stuff for the Pokemon games now. And it's not the graphics either, it's just the gameplay itself is off.
Yeah. I had that experience too, because I like to try and go back and replay Pokemon games every once in a while, and I only ever find a lot of fun once you get into like the Emerald, Sapphire, Fire Red, Leaf Green era. Like once you get to there, then I start enjoying it. But anything before that, I can't get into anymore either.
Well, even with Emerald and Sapphire and like Leaf Green, they still have it where the special is still like all water Pokemon are special type and all fire Pokemon are special type. That doesn't happen until the DS era. So, most of the time when people play old Pokemon games nowadays, especially Pokemon fans, they do emulators because fans have fixed the problems. One of my favorite emulator games is Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass. It has like old graphics, but it has new mechanics. So it plays really well. Another thing about Game Boy games just don't play very well nowadays. So it's like,
I can agree because I play a lot of GBA emulator, and most of the games are just not enjoyable.
Yeah, it's true, and that happens with some games that I played on DS too. There was this really everybody who's listened to this podcast knows that I'm a diehard BioWare fan. There was a game that came out for DS called it was a Sonic the Hedgehog game, but it was made by BioWare. It was called Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. And it was so edgy and so just weird for a Sonic game. It was like an RPG, and it was like based around the DS's designs, so like a lot of quick time events with the touchpad and stuff, and not a lot of like the things that make Sonic video games good. But I loved it when I was a kid because I like RPGs. And then looking back at it, just looking at both gameplay and like the way that the game was played on the DS, I just look back at it and I'm like, oh boy, I would just never even try playing that game right now. It looks
to be
so
fair,
garbage.
most Sonic games aren't good. And a lot of Sonic fans will tell you that a lot of Sonic games aren't good. I think
Sonic
counts
game
for
that
Digimon too.
Oh, Digimon games are cursed. I feel like Digimon has tried so hard to make cool games, but every single time they're just trying their best to not be Pokemon.
The
and they
Cyber
just
Sleuth
make
ones are good.
A lot of weird ones.
Digimon is cursed as a concept, as a universe, not just the games. Like I will transform from a little dinosaur to a big baby to a microwave. Like no rhyme and reason in the evolutions of Digimon, just so they don't copy Pokemon.
Or you're like a little orange bean and you turn into like a sexy angel lady for no reason.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I don't even know if that's actually...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't even know if that's actually the evolution, but I would also like to hear what Dylan and Macy have to say as the youngest people here.
That's just mean. Hot take: World of Warcraft.
Excuse me?
I don't think it's that good.
I don't think that was the prompt, but
it does not hold up today. I don't think it holds up then. It doesn't hold up now.
It's
Which
okay.
World of Warcraft?
Everybody is allowed to have their opinion.
Why do you mean it
Even if
didn't
they're
hold
shitty.
up then?
Look, it might have been popular, and I'm talking about when I played it, because I'm not talking when it first launched. It was groundbreaking then, but it doesn't hold up to what people act like it is.
Up until the Wrath of the Lich King, it was amazing. Then it started going downhill.
I still
never
like
played.
it. Kiss my
I
ass.
never played
You can-
the original World of Warcraft, so I can't
Enjoy
tell.
it, but I'm just saying I don't think it holds up. I don't think it compares to a lot of modern type MMOs.
It's the top MMO.
I feel
Yes,
like
it is.
I feel like
I
World of
think that's
Warcraft.
just
I see what
nostalgia.
I was gonna say. I see what Dylan's saying because I have never been able to get into World of Warcraft because I can't get into the like actual setting and graphics and stuff like that, and the way the game plays. It just doesn't agree with me. But I'm also not a big fan of traditional MMOs. But I also see what he's saying by like people who love World of Warcraft have been playing World of Warcraft forever.
Yeah.
So
How
it's
many
like
people
a
are
part of
getting
it.
into it today?
Yeah, still a lot, but still, like, I think that there's
7,175,676.
Well, I will tell you what I think. Like, it needs a lot of hours to be put into it. Yeah. And I think the way younger people are growing up now, they have a much shorter attention span than what we used to have when WoW came out. because in 2005 when it launched, it was a chore to play that game. You had to walk for 20 minutes to pick up one item and walk back another 20 minutes to give it for a quest, and you felt great doing it. Like it was an unbelievable experience. But I don't think kids this day would be able to, like if it launched now as a new game that nobody knew about and was the same as then, they wouldn't be able to play it because they don't have the attention span to play it. Because with the social media and everything, with they have videos playing under a video they're playing.
Yes.
I like how this turned into a hit piece on younger people when I'm just saying World of Warcraft doesn't hold up to modern
I'm
games.
just an old man complaining. But
Like,
it's
I want to remind you, there are other MMOs that are also shooter games that have high action intensity that have been out for
could you be
10
perhaps
years.
talking about Warframe?
I'm talking about Warframe. I'm talking about Destiny, Outriders. Like, there are more than one.
To be fair, though, those aren't what World of Warcraft is, though. World of Warcraft is an MMORPG. Those aren't on the same frame as that. You would, if you're comparing those games, like if you're going to compare World of Warcraft, you got to compare it to things like Black Desert and Final Fantasy XIV Online.
Black
you
Desert's
can't compare. Black Desert is a lot, but it's not. The thing is like those games
I agree
require.
with Final Fantasy Online. Final Fantasy Online is good. There's also fucking Throne and Liberty. There's New World. These are all modern MMOs with pretty decent combat and game mechanics.
The thing is that Destiny, for example, that you said, and all this, they cannot do what World of Warcraft did. Like there were times in World of Warcraft where one of your cities would get raided, and then somehow one server would communicate that after midnight they would raid a city when it's empty and kill the enemy NPC leader of that city. Like, where can you do that in Destiny?
I think it needs an engine update, prim and proper, rather than keeping it on the same one.
As long as they're number one, which they are, they're not going to update anything because they're number one.
And
but
they're
everybody
Blizzard
else,
because they're just going to keep being lazy and never fix anything.
I like the graphics. I think it fits the style of the game. I think it doesn't need
graphics aren't the problem. I just think that the game's outdated and needs a few updates.
It updates at least
like the beginning of this. It was a hot take. So
yeah, engine and graphics are not the same thing. You can have fun, goofy graphics with a modern engine.
Because I don't know why I'm arguing. I don't even play the damn game.
Marvel Rivals that has a fun art style and it's running on a modern engine.
It's not an MMO.
I know, but I'm saying you can have fun stylistic graphics. You know what? No, I'm done arguing.
Why are you getting upset?
You're getting upset.
I feel like the only one upset here is you.
I've given up the game years ago, by the way.
I also have never played.
A few engine updates. It'll go great.
I'm not currently playing it, but I am Googling all these games and their player counts in the background while you say them. And WoW is still number one, so I don't really need to argue because facts, bitch.
Well, I think he was also picking games that
a bunch of
weren't
nostalgia-pilled adults that haven't given up on the game.
There is another factor for World of Warcraft to consider. Blizzard was a much better company 10 years ago than it is now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'll agree with that.
It's a shit company right now, so you should also consider that.
There's I wasn't really playing a ton of games when I was younger. There's probably some of the old DS or not DS Game Boy games I was playing. Like the Lord of Rings ones probably I enjoyed it at the time, but thinking back now it's probably really sucky of a game. And I could be wrong. I don't know. It's just
We've chosen a topic that Macy is unequipped to be able to answer, unfortunately.
It's fair.
It was just even the main game I played, especially with friends, was Crash Bandicoot.
And that holds
and
up
I
for sure.
Still think it was a good game, even to this day. If you're wanting to have an old nostalgia time with your friends, I still feel like it's a good game to play.
100% agree.
I miss Twisted Metal.
Oh my god. Yes.
Don't play it
We-
these days, but
we need
it's great.
a new Twisted Metal, a good
I
one,
agree.
and not a dumbass TV show, like an actual like good game.
I played that game a lot. Never watched the TV show. Didn't want to.
Actually, I think I heard.
Oh,
I think I overheard that the Guitar Hero songs, or not songs, the games aren't doing as hot as they used to.
Interesting.
That's
I
what I
never-
heard.
I was
I've
never
never
good
played
at
them.
rhythm games,
they
so I could never.
Do they still release them?
I think rarely. Let me see.
I mean, because I loved Guitar Hero back in the day. And if they're still releasing them, I might have to figure out how to play Guitar Hero again.
Like I said, I'm not good at rhythm games, so I couldn't. My hands and my brain are not streamlined for such things. I cannot make my one hand do one thing while my other hand is trying to keep beat. It just doesn't work.
I mean, I'm not good at them. I still enjoy them.
No, they're not really making them anymore, but there's little rumors that they're going to be making a new one. But the
God, I
most
hope
recent
so.
one was 2015.
we do not support here at the Dungeon Speak podcast rumors. Oh, let me tell you this tea real quick.
Hi, I'm Macy, and you're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast.
Previously on the Dungeon Speak podcast, the multi-episode fight that no player or character has had any experience with before has finally ended. There were no real winners of the fight though. The party, all still alive and well, had to flee, but they took out a lot of demons at the same time. They took out all of the scribe demons, who were essential for certain aspects of gathering and translating information for the demons. The party didn't kill all the floating hands, but those creatures are note takers, and they can't really do too much on their own, mostly because they're just a goddamn floating hand. The only demons who had none of their kind die were the large armored ones that patrolled the hallway, but that's kind of the problem. It wouldn't take a lot of metagaming to figure out that these demons were here for knowledge and the advanced materials that Helike holds, but the big guys, they're just guards. They're not really good at the whole researching thing. Andrak has one of their weapons, a durable trident from a material that Andrak is not familiar with, but knows that a lot of demons have picked up and made use of the weapons and armor that is made of this material. He and Kiriki have both looked at it and know it to be made well enough that it does more damage and can make it a little easier for the wielder to hit with it. The entire party even noticed that all the buildings in Helike were made of this material, and while the building has blood, scratches, and even dents, this material seems to hold up rather well against the large creatures. So let's cover a couple of highlights before we rejoin everybody. Malachi, starting off, was enchanted to run in a random direction while stuck to the ceiling of the temple, 40 feet up. So he did. He went out of the radius of the spell and free fell towards the marble floor headfirst. Shockingly, it knocked him the fuck out. Now for a positive. Aldora used her spear and her own divine magic to heal Malachi for 70 hit points and then the entire party. Andrak runs up to Malachi to drag him back. One of the quills sees this and manages to fear Andrak with 2 natural ones. Andrak does runs past the party, and sees an idle demon in the hallway, but it does not move on Andrak. It just kind of stands there and then eventually says a couple of words that Andrak has no idea what he said. Castor, finally not stunned anymore, and not to be outdone by Aldora, runs to Malachi and leaves himself surrounded, bravely sacrificing himself for Malachi, and teleports Malachi to Kiriki. However, a short time after that, Castor activates a gift from Demeter and another woman that gave off kind of a nature vibe, and he turned into a constellation form before making his way back to the party, and Kiriki teleported everyone away. Kiriki sent everyone, including herself, to an old and abandoned temple of Hecate that she calls home. Once there, people kind of bathed, kind of did odd shit, but start to relax and recover either way. It is about 5 p.m. in the afternoon. You're on a mountaintop surrounded by mist and bloodstains. The world is yours. What do you want to do?
We still need to figure out, like, a good plan.
We've got some ideas. It's mostly just strategy. We need to figure out exactly what we're going to do when we get back there. I know that we talked about making it into a hallway, perhaps using it as a choke point. But there's also the concern that maybe we'll be too clustered up in a hallway, and they'll use that to their advantage.
I still feel that it would probably, though that is a concern, I still feel like it's best for us to fight in the hall. Because if we're fighting so many of them at the same time, it could be way too much for us. Those enemies are really strong and they can do a lot of effects that can affect our minds. And even our own physical bodies. And for that, it was also that we had decided on, for the casters, to use a lot of enhancement spells. They're immune to a lot of stuff, so that was another thing that we had mentioned. That's just speaking from a hope strategy standpoint. Sorry if it's not that great.
No, it's good. I mean, we need to be able to use all of the knowledge we've gained in order to gain the best tactical advantage here. We also happen to know that they are... what did you decide? Fire does not seem to do much to them. As well as magic in general seems to be something they're able to defend against fairly well.
Yes.
Are we entirely sure that we can actually defeat them?
Well, I mean, defeating them is one aspect of what we need to do. I mean, technically speaking, we are actually just there to secure powerful things or valuable artifacts and then escape the city. I think Ares will be taking it upon himself to actually destroy everyone there, but I think the problem is they're not going to just let us do that without a fight.
We need to clear the temple out at least a little bit. The first one we fought, it didn't take us long to actually take it out. Once we actually were able to get in a good fight stance to take it out. The problem is we were all very scattered. They're not wanting to hurt each other, so big area effect spells like the gravity thing or the one where it lifted us to the ceiling they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that to each other. They don't care about the little pen things, nor did they care about the scribes. But not the big ones don't want to hurt each other.
And they also... I'm not sure exactly if they know what we are. I've noticed a number of times they continue to refer to us as Olympian gods. I'm not sure that they even know that there's a difference between our gods and just the servants of them. It could be that they've gotten overconfident in their abilities to defeat us once they realized we were mortal. I'm not sure if we can use that to our advantage, but it's something that I've noticed.
I think the worst part about what happened is we were essentially caught with our pants down. It won't happen again.
That's true. And we'll have all of our abilities at our disposal this time, instead of squandering a lot of them as we face enemies that we don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we will have a better chance if we actually start this fight, understanding our enemies and knowing how to defeat them. Also, we were incredibly outnumbered in that last fight. Outnumbered and in a wide open space. I should have known better. It's not strategically advantageous at all, in any way. But I think that we'll have a better opportunity to succeed, knowing now what we do know about them and having better tactical prowess on the second try.
Todd,
Present.
How about how long do we have until we're like, able to take a long rest?
Maybe a few more hours.
Okay. We've got some time to consider things, get some rest, make sure that we have all of our abilities marked down to what we need. I think that Castor and Aldora, you are both very talented at keeping us alive. And Drac, Kiriki, you're both adept at taking and delivering incredible damage. I think that if I play myself a little strategically and don't run right into a massive combat, I can do more without dying again. I think our biggest tool here is actually just being smart.
Well, they're all. Well, the big guys obviously are heavy hitters, and the little ones, they were affecting us to where we couldn't do anything, couldn't move. Maybe. I'm not fully sure of your strong suits, and you seem really versatile overall when it comes to range and being close up. I feel like it would probably be a little bit better to play your cards in a little bit of a distance, because you can't take as much hits as Kiriki and Andra can. And if they stun you, you're basically done for.
Yeah. Also, we should communicate with each other while the fight is happening. It's best to, understand each other's intentions when we're in the fight. That way we don't get separated or find ourselves in a situation where we're fighting something by ourselves. If we work together, I have no doubt that we can do this.
I'd say I agree with you. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, you're fine. I was thinking about getting some reconnaissance before we go back in. I can teleport back by myself and get out by myself much faster and easier. Just so we have an idea of what's in the room. But that would waste 2 of my possible teleportations, and that's if I roll really well and I can get 2 back.
Stop breaking the fourth wall.
A roll?
If it recharges perfectly, I can get it back. But if I only get 1 or 2 charges back, then we're screwed.
I don't think
I'm not
we should
sure.
risk that.
Yeah. I'm not sure that I'm in favor of it. If you're made and they're waiting there for you, there's every opportunity they have to hold you in place, freeze you, stun you, confuse you, and then you're dead. And there's no way that we can get back there. We don't even know where the hell we are.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
the only one.
You can't leave the mountain.
Exactly. So if you get killed on your reconnaissance, Kiriki, I'm afraid that this isn't the end of our adventure and we all starve to death in your temple.
Sorry. That would just be really funny. Gotta introduce new characters because the old one starved in the safety of a temple.
It is a good plan, but there's too many variables. There's too much risk.
Do either any of you have a way to scout from a distance? Because this is all I have.
I think among us, Castor's the only one whose shape is malleable.
I could transform, but I would need to rest before I can do that. And also, the problem is that we don't know where we are returning, who is going to be around, where we will be. So it is a gamble, one way or another.
I don't really use it very much. I've probably only used it once, but I can still fly.
What?
You
can fly?
Yeah.
When has this ever been brought up before, Aldora? You say you can still fly, like we've ever known that you could do that to begin with. Did I miss something? Was this when I was unconscious?
No, she
Possibly.
did this in the breeders' camp. Do you not remember?
No.
I think they might have hit your head a little harder than we realized. Somebody
I
checked
don't-
if he has a concussion.
I don't think that's important. Why? I understand flying is very cool, but how is that going to help us?
Well, you mentioned scouting, so
Before
if
we get
needed-
back, we're going to teleport back into the temple. I want to see. I was going to teleport myself back to scout ahead. I don't.
I could throw up a force wall upon entry. That would give us about 10 minutes, roughly, of taking in our surroundings before anything can even do anything to us. That'd be a way to get our bearing on the situation without immediately being in danger, at least. We wouldn't be able to move, but we could at least get the grasp of the room we're in right away.
I could try to scan the room. I think I have a spell that would allow me to do that.
Scan the room like what?
There's a spell I can cast that can let me see what is going on, at least in the area.
Do you have to be there for that to happen?
No.
So you can do it
I
from
don't
here.
believe I have to be there. I believe so.
Oh, well, that would be very helpful, yes. If you can get an idea of what's there before we even get there, then yes, Eldora, that's incredibly useful. At the very
yeah.
least, just to ensure that we know what we're facing as soon as we get there. I mean, that's what Kiriki wants to do without any of the risk.
Before we do that, well, I'll cast it before we leave, before we go to teleport back. So that way it would be more of a more recent kind of scan, I guess.
Good. Yes, that's a good idea. Perhaps we should all take some time, get some rest, and then when we rise from our rest, you can do that spell, and we can make a more informed plan from there.
Sounds good.
Good.
Are we going to have a chance to rest? What was the...
Todd said about 3 hours or so before we're able to take a long rest. So
Yeah, so
we
you
are-
guys can just hang out and then full
Mhm.
or long rest.
Because it would really help.
I can imagine.
I
Yeah.
can't imagine going back into a fight with no spell slots and 16 hit points would do me very good.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Malachi is going to. I think he was probably just sitting on a little bench while they were talking. He's going to stand up and he's going to move over to where he's got all of his equipment on a shelf and comb through it, pull out his book, kind of look at it for a second, set it back down, and he's just trying to wander around a little bit. He's trying to get an idea of what this place looks like. He's made sure that he's got no armor or weapons on him at the point, but he's kind of just going to wander through this temple a little bit, taking in the sights.
I will say, so for planning ahead, I don't want to give you advantage on everything, so I'm just going to say inspiration for Aldora, Kiriki, and Malachi for being strategic and not just running in there to die.
Thank you. While he's wandering about, Malachi's actually going to walk up to Kiriki and say, could I actually talk to you for a moment privately?
Oh, okay.
And he's just going to kind of lead her away from the group where they can't hear. And as they get kind of off alone for a minute, he says, I've been thinking a lot about how this went last time. I am planning to be smarter about this combat and about how we proceed in it, but everyone in this party, in this group, they've got big hearts. They don't want people to die. I was in a position where I very nearly, because of my going down and the risk of my death, put everybody else in a situation where they could die. And of all the people here, I feel like you understand the necessity that we may need to, if it happens again, you need to leave me behind. And you know, you need to convince the others to do so. I know I wouldn't be alive anymore, but I don't think I could live with myself if I knew that all of you died while trying to save me again. Does that make sense?
Yes. But I don't think I'd be able to convince them to leave you. And if there was a chance to save you, I wasn't going to leave you. And there was a chance to save all of you. I am not new. Well, no, I am new to this friend thing. But I'm pretty sure you don't leave your friends to be treated the way the demons treat their dead.
Malachi hangs his head a little bit. I don't have worth when it comes to immortal life, Kiriki. I'm barely a man, and I understand we're friends. But you have to understand, the person who pulls the strings of my existence right now is... I don't think there would be much left of me if I were to die for the demons to toy with. I'm not afraid of that. But the rest of you are... You've got more going on. You've got more... I don't know, to live for, I suppose. It just doesn't seem right that you would throw that away from me.
I feel like you are also starting to learn that you have more to live for than you thought. No reason to throw your life away so hastily. But you should stop doing that. I think you're giving everyone a fright. You should take care of yourself a little better.
Well, I don't intend to die by any means. It just seems to happen to me more often than others.
I think you're just a little foolish, running into battle the way you do.
A little, perhaps.
Maybe a lot.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
I suppose I could just... I don't know. I just wanted you to know that if it came down to staying or leaving me, neither option is good. Perhaps this was stupid. I'm sorry. There's just a lot on my mind right now.
A lot of stuff just happened. You kind of did die. A little. A little bit.
Just a little bit. And also, there's nothing quite as perturbing to me as losing my faculty. Those demons controlled me like a puppet. I suppose it's left a sour taste in my mind. I'm already one puppet. I don't need to be a puppet for everyone else too. This is heavy.
I thought you were
sorry.
coming to terms with your whole... And she like wiggles her fingers a little bit in front of your face, like puppeteering. I feel like I thought everything was fine after Persephone, got joint custody.
Persephone has given me life. More so. Persephone's touch has certainly given me more to work with. But if there's one thing that I have felt no restriction on, it is the fact that Hades still guides my choices in what I'm capable of. And I believe that Persephone may be assisting with giving me some, platitude of help, but ultimately, the strings are still pulled by Hades. And yes, I'm content with the idea that this is my lot in life, but that doesn't mean that I'm thrilled about it. There's choices that I can make, but ultimately, I'm still only here because of that. And these demons, Kiriki, every new demon we face is stronger than the last. I'm just wondering how far this pull goes. I've seen the armies. I've seen what they answer to. Gods themselves would have difficulty with these things, and we're just people. How long until we find a match that we can't win? I know your devotion to Hecate is unbreakable, but I found myself wondering if it's worth it to continue fighting a fight we can't win, to be quite honest.
I feel like whenever it comes to situations like this, it's always best to just give it your all. I don't know. I'm not good with the pep talk.
No, that's okay. I didn't really want a pep talk anyways. I'm just trying to be honest. I feel as though, for some reason, you're the one who would understand, perhaps, my reservations. I'm sorry if I've misunderstood, if I've wasted your time, or if I've put you in a strange position here, but I just felt like I needed to say something about it and try to convince somebody to just let me die if I'm gonna die. You know, I don't know. Perhaps a morbid thought.
Is that the problem? You'd rather just, perish?
It's not that I want to. It's that I don't want you to.
Oh, I'll be fine. I've lived a long time.
I don't doubt that you've lived a fulfilling life, Kiriki, but the point is, I don't know. I don't.
It's okay. Let us be more positive and try not to think about your death very often. I might not be the only. I enjoy having you around. I enjoy having everyone here. I just started to make friends. I don't want to lose one. So
Yes.
let's not think about leaving you behind just because you asked so nicely. Just maybe try to survive and stop trying to die.
He smiles a little bit. Yeah. Good plan. I'll keep that in mind. Anyways, I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing, and we'll get some rest soon.
All right. Kiriki will wander back out to the main group.
Malachi will return out to the main group as well, and he is going to, after that, he's going to sit down and read his book some more.
As they're back, Aldora's just gonna be kind of, I guess, sitting alone, rebandaging or wrapping a bandage around her her ankle, replacing the old ones from the cuts from the previous fun situation.
From your foot melting off because Ares didn't like your shoes?
Yeah, he thought my shoes were ugly.
Are you still without shoes?
Yeah. Kinda. Actually, yeah.
She's been rocking that monk style with just foot wraps.
Yeah. Best way to go.
I don't have extra shoes.
Sorry.
Do any of you have extra shoes?
Shoes? No, I don't have shoes.
I barely have the first pair.
Kiriki's gonna wander into the temple. There's gotta be something here. She kind of leaves. It might not be in the best shape, but there might be a pair of some sandals or some shit she can find in this temple.
100% there would be.
Yeah, okay. She comes back with a pair of, they're not in the best shape, but they're better than foot wraps. They're like little leather sandals. This is all I could find.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I kind of had entirely forgotten about that during the battle, and I guess I'm kind of paying the price for it now.
I imagine your feet hurt. The grass of the grove must have been so nice and soft, but the the rocks of the mountain, the temple.
Oh, got
Might not have been
blisters on my
pleasant.
toes.
Yeah. I'll respond to that. Anyways, Eldora will take the shoes and put them on, but she's still going to be like having bandage around her ankles and stuff from the cuts. She has a few bandages around her arms. So are you doing okay after everything? She'll ask the Kiriki.
Me? I'm fine. I'm pretty resilient.
That's good. I was honestly really worried back then that we were going to lose everyone. No one was looking too hot.
I would have never left all of you there. I could have, but I didn't.
I appreciate that you didn't. Thank you, again.
Kiriki will... Is Aldora sitting down?
Yeah.
Kiriki will ruffle her hair the same way she does Malachi's and be like, I'm not ready to lose my friends.
I'm not ready to lose my friends either.
It'll be alright. We should have been more strategic about it. We weren't expecting that motherfucker to be in there.
Language.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not allowed to say swear words?
It doesn't befit you.
Doesn't befit me.
That guy's fully laughing behind his book.
Just because we are in the end of the world scenario doesn't mean we should lose our manners.
I guess.
We had
Fuck, fuckity, fuck.
Oh my god, Andrak's alive. I haven't really heard them speak in the last hour.
I didn't know he was
drying
nearby.
out algae.
Does it require silence?
Yes.
Ah, sorry, we're being too loud for the algae.
It's very sensitive to sound.
Oh.
Yes,
See, you're
everyone
scaring it
whisper
again.
for the algae. We wouldn't want to disturb Andrak's disgusting snack.
I'm gonna make you eat it too.
I'm not eating your fucking algae.
It's already in all the ration.
I mean, it can't taste worse than what food already tastes for you.
Oh, actually, since Persephone gave me a blessing, I can actually taste food again. So now I have to just taste whatever thing that he hands me, which is about 50% odds of being disgusting at this point.
Oh.
You're
was
still
a-
alive, so stop complaining.
It was a real boon for a while, you know, when we were eating Demeter's fruit, and now it's just hard jerky and algae, so, you know. I'm regretting it. Maybe tasting the flavor of ash would have been better again.
No. Are you
Um,
doing alright after it, Aldora? You seem very shaken up.
For the most part, I'm doing okay. It's just I was more worried of, well, honestly, to be completely honest with you, I thought we were going to die. I thought I was going to have to end up watching all of you, or at least some of you, if I hadn't even died before. You understand what I'm saying.
You are still new to all of this. Watching your comrades die is probably new. But I promise, I don't plan on dying anytime soon. And I hope that is the same for the rest of you.
Eldora will nod.
Yes, I think I've seen enough friends die in my life. I'm ready to move on past that. Perhaps instead we just kill everything before they can do it to us. How's that sound?
Oh, I like that plan. Sounds more pleasant.
After all, we are, as the demons keep saying, Olympian gods, right?
That's blasphemy. You really shouldn't say that.
Yeah, well, the gods already hate my guts, so.
Is there a rock near me?
I'm sure there is on the temple floor.
He throws it near Malachi. Oh
is that
no,
supposed to-
Malachi got smited down by Zeus, oh no.
Somehow I feel like when Zeus finally does smite me, it's gonna hurt a lot more than you throwing a rock in my general direction. He looks over at Kiriki and says, "And yes, I did mean it that way. I am no doubt in my mind that one of these days Zeus is just going to smite me where I'm standing."
I mean, if not Zeus, probably Hades.
Well, I could only be so lucky that what Hades does to me is a smite. I feel like an eternity of torture is more on the board when I'm talking about that guy. He looks down at the book again, and then he looks back up. I actually don't know what is awaiting me after I fully die again. I'm not sure if Hades is really the kind of person to just keep letting me come back. I think the second time is probably going to be the end of the road for me, so should keep that in mind.
You should be lucky most people don't even get the second chance.
Well, I mean, the second chance wasn't exactly bliss. I did spend 80 years walking around just murdering people on their deathbed and then, not tasting food and having nightmares.
Did you say murdering people on their deathbed?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you actually know that about me, Castor. My role in the world before the demons invaded was, some might call it an agent of mercy, but I wandered the land, guided by Hades to find those who were suffering on their deathbeds, diseases, wounds that were taking them, and I would end their suffering prematurely.
It sounds rather redundant and a poor use of resources, doesn't it? We're dying anyway.
Well, there was also spirituality that went involved with it. It was to help usher the souls into the afterlife, to the underworld, so that Hades might see to their judgment. And also, do you not believe that suffering should not last long?
I believe that things should take their natural course.
You might believe that until you see a child dying of a plague. You just know that in the end, it's going to cause far less pain for them and their family.
Has Castor ever seen anyone die?
I don't know, Todd. Has he?
No.
His mother, probably.
We haven't really gone over that, but I don't think she actually died. Like the way the grove works and the way the gods work, I don't.
Then where was she?
Absorbed into the grove itself.
Well, that is a form of passing, isn't it?
As a druid, that's just kind of how I pictured it, is like she was there for hundreds of years and then just kind of like laid down and then eventually just
She became a tree.
Yeah, that's what Castor wanted, or that's what will happen to him because he made it canon.
I've come to find that anytime I talk about my life, it becomes very depressing. I should really just look forward to some more pleasant things. I'm living a better life now. I'm ridding the world of evil, or however you want to say it, and everything's great. He holds up a thumb and then goes back to his book. Maybe y'all can talk to Andrek about his sword. It's cool.
I'm just trying to make him sad now. Go ask him where his sword's at. It's really funny to see his face.
Never changes.
No, we can't talk to him. We'll spook the algae.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you bed down for the night?
I'm going to get those 3 hours marked down of reading my book, and then I'm going to take a long rest.
General maintenance on equipment.
All right. You guys go to bed. Go to separate rooms. Stay together. Sleep on the stone. Sleep on your bedrolls. What are y'all doing?
Dog pile.
All right. I mean, in theory, you're safe here, so you don't have to worry about it.
Malachi's going to just sleep out, on the floor. He's pretty used to it by now.
Yeah.
He does have Andrek's bedroll now.
Yeah, he's doubled up on bedrolls.
So much more comfortable.
Sure.
Twice
You
as
know
much
what's really
better.
comfy? Using a pet as a pillow or a cuddle buddy, especially on
Aw.
cold nights. Dora, how does it feel to know that your best friend is out there alone on a mountaintop, surrounded by demons.
Why the fuck did you have to remind me?
Because people have been happy for a while, and I need to really bring that down.
I don't know about that. Malachi's been saying his sad life story.
I've been trying my best to get everybody down already, Todd.
Oh, I got you. So, how does Aldora feel tonight? Looking up at the stars, knowing that Ethan is out there alone.
I would say it's a little bit difficult for her to sleep, but she's also so exhausted from the battle. So it's probably gonna take her a while to sleep, but she's just really worried about Ethan. So she's just kind of laying down, staring up for a while.
Alright.
But, yeah.
So the next morning, you guys wake up, well rested. Becca, do you want to have some fun?
Well, you know how I feel about fun, Todd.
Don't answer
I'm
this
sorry,
trap.
I'll ask somebody else. Okay.
No. What is
So,
it?
pick somebody, anybody, and then you're both going to roll, what is it, a D4 or D6 for the recharges?
Recharges for what?
The helm.
That's a 1d3 for me.
It's a 1D3?
Yeah, it only has 3 charges.
What a weird fucking number. Alright.
That's what I'm saying.
Pick somebody, you both roll 1D3, take the higher.
Dylan.
Alright, you and Dylan both roll a 1D3. And this is how many charges you get back on the helm. Or the mask.
That's awesome. I get 1 charge back.
Both rolled a 1.
We both rolled a 1. Let's go.
Dylan, way to be there.
I've tried picking someone who normally rolls pretty good.
Yeah, he usually rolls great.
I know.
I don't roll well on small dice.
Well,
You should see my D4 rolls. It's always a 1.
I don't believe that.
Oh, wow,
See?
that's a 3.
Fibber.
So it was just when it was to help that it, fuck
Yeah,
you.
when it was useful.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's the rule. If it's useful, I'm not going to get it done.
Alright. Now I need to talk to Kiriki.
Oh.
Yeah. So whenever Kiriki wakes up, her bag is open a little bit. And a certain book is laying on the stone floor outside the bag. And it is open. And you could see the dust on the stone around the book is kind of blown back a little bit. But other than that, you look around, you see nothing.
I'm gonna close it, but do I have anything? I'm just gonna close and put it back in my bag.
Okay.
Think about that later.
Alright, so you guys wake up, eat some ration breakfast. Is that what everybody's eating? Seaweed, or I'm sorry, algae-infested food?
I created
Yup.
Blueberry
And
and
especially
offered
Castor.
everyone offer everyone some good berry if they wish to eat some.
Man, I sure do love wasting spell slots.
But I did it before I slept.
I must have
Oh,
missed
yeah.
you saying that.
I did too.
They last, right? I think they last 24 hours.
Did you make some yesterday and I just forgot?
I make before I rest.
Oh. Alright. Maybe you say it next time.
Alright,
Fucking
I'm sorry.
cheater.
I will.
Cheating motherfucker. We already got Becca in here. We don't need another one.
What?
Alright. So you have a good berry, but it says algae infested breakfast. What do you want to do? Because you got a lot going on.
By the way, just so you know, I changed my 6th level spell to Investiture Stone.
To what?
Investiture of Stone.
Oh, I did not know that spell, but don't tell me about it until you use it. Sounds fun.
Alright.
I will also add that I had changed the spell out.
What is it?
I changed out Flame Strike for the scrying spell.
What? Okay.
Kiriki is also sorting spells.
Malachi will be re-equipping all of his stuff in the morning when they wake up. I don't know if it's the morning, but when they arise in the from their rest, he'll be re-equipping all of his armor. He's going to practice like summoning his different weapons a couple times just to make sure that everything's still lined up and then he's going to just kind of hang out until Kiriki summons everybody to get going. He's just in the middle of the main room they've been staying in, kind of sitting on one of the benches, ready to go.
All right.
Aldora, are you going to cast that spell so we can see what's happening over there?
Yeah, I'll do that really fast. So
Do you have a focus worth 1,000 gold?
a focus
Uh-huh.
worth 1,000 gold.
Uh-huh.
I have a lot of fucking rubies and shit.
Do you have a ruby worth 1,000 gold?
Most likely, probably, somewhere. I can list them out.
If you have a ruby worth 1,000 gold, then just delete that one and use it as your focus.
What about a star ruby?
Star ruby? Okay, perfect.
Okay. So, the spell. You can see and hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you. The target must succeed a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target and sort of physical connection you have to it. If a target knows you're casting the spell, it can fail the saving throw voluntarily if it wants to be observed.
Are you using the creature or a spot? Because so at the very bottom it says you can choose to use, you can choose a location you have seen before as the target of the spell instead of a creature.
I'll probably use a spot because I feel like, well, we don't know the creatures well enough, so I have a feeling that they would very easily pass.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what spot do you want to choose?
Is there like probably like an object in the corner of the room that the creatures would be in?
I'm sorry, is there what?
Is there like an object or something in the corner of the room where the creatures are all in, where we were like fighting in?
Well, you know there was a altar that was between the shallow pool and the spiral stairs that went up to a stone platform, or I'm sorry, marble platform. There were the two marble statues on either side of that platform, of Poseidon. They were 15 feet tall. There was numerous amount of benches, stone benches, and then you know that Kiriki threw out a candle holder.
You said there was a statue in there?
Yes, ma'am. There's two statues of Poseidon. There was one on either side.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
She's gonna choose a statue. One of the statues of Poseidon.
Okay. Let me know left or right. As if you were
Right.
looking at them. Okay. So you cast the spell. That lasts 10 minutes. You have to concentrate on it, blah, blah. What does it look like as Aldora sits there and concentrates on this location?
So Aldora's just sitting there, and I guess probably a glowing circle forms around her? I don't know.
Why not? Sounds great. Glowing circle appears around you. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
What color is it?
blue.
Okay. A blue glowing circle appears. Does her hair blow up too? A little bit like...
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It's awesome. Alright. You close your eyes. You focus on that statue. Your eyes are closed. It's dark. You feel something change. The environment change. But you don't see anything. It's very, very dark. The smell is a little different. The sound is a little different. You can't hear the sound of your party around you anymore. Roll a perception check.
Perception. Okay. 25.
Damn. Okay. You hear the sound of writing, but it's also a little bit windy. But the windy is a little bit lighter than the writing itself. But you just faintly hear the writing. And then as you turn, or you think you're turning in this darkness, you see a small sliver of light. And it looks like sunlight, but it's hard to tell. You can't really see any details. It just looks like it's off in the distance. But when you left that temple, you know that there was lit sconces and torches. And there was daylight coming through the windows, so... Do you want to ask any questions? You got 10 minutes.
What would I be able to see who all is in there?
You see nothing but pitch black.
Oh, shit. I really thought that being a high...
Can
No,
she
save
hear
for something
us?
higher.
Like, can we talk to her?
Oh, that's a
Perception?
good question that I don't know. Hold on, let me look at this spell. Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't actually specify, so I'll say that she can kind of hear you off in the distance. You know what I'm saying?
You can see
Okay.
and hear through the sensors as if you're there. The sensor moves with the target.
No, we're talking about you being able to hear your party. Like if what's his face, Malachi was to talk to you.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'll say you can hear him, but it's like yelling down a hallway. Like you sound very distant to her.
Okay. Can you
So
see anything?
Other than a faint light, no. I can't see, so is it... Man, I really feel like I messed up or something. Because I thought seeing through a tall statue would allow me to get a good down point view of everything.
You feel like the spell went off. Like you feel like it worked.
Does it seem like something might be interfering?
This is one of the only times you've used the spell, so I don't know.
Shit. That's
Hard to say.
Can I hear, like, stomping, like the footprints of other enemies or something?
You hear no footprints. You just heard the slight writing and then the windy sound.
Okay. And there's no way of me being able to look around the room?
You can look in 360, but you are stationary.
Okay. Could I try looking around to see if there's anything else I could spot?
No, so looking around is where you saw the sliver of light.
Oh.
But as you look around, like, other than that, just darkness. It's pitch black.
And I can only hear scribbling in the wind?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I don't think I'm gonna get much out of that. I suppose...
You got 10 minutes, so ask any questions you might have.
Because I can only see and hear the area, right?
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
hear any talking, nothing. Just scribbling.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's gonna be it then.
Alright. You feel like you close your eyes, even though it's darkness. You open your eyes, your party is around you.
Malachi's standing there, his arms are like crossed. Well,
Unfortunately, I really couldn't get anything. I tried seeing through one of the statue's point of views, but it was just darkness but a faint light, and I could hear the scribbling, like the little hands, I guess. And it was really windy, but other than that, unfortunately, that's about it. I couldn't hear any footprints, or, well, not footprints, I couldn't hear any... Yes, I know. I couldn't hear anyone stepping around or walking, nothing.
no clanking of heavy armor or things like that.
No, nothing. Which makes me wonder what's really going on over there. I thought that I would have been able to see, especially from a high point of view, or high vantage point, but nothing.
Well, then I suppose we have to work with the information that we have. If they're there, the room is dark, and they're laying an ambush. If they're not there, then the room is mostly empty except for perhaps some of the scribing hands. Either way, we've still got to go back. At least now we know that the room is dark, so we can prepare for that.
That is true, yeah.
That won't be a problem for me. And Kiriki, I don't know about the rest of you.
These weary eyes don't see that well in the dark.
Well, then perhaps we should light a
I
torch
think-
before we go. Or Aldora can light up her shield. I know she's capable of that.
Well, the thing is that we assume that they expect us to return to the same position, but how could they know that we will return and teleport back in there? So, popping back in with a bright shield emanating light might ruin what small element of surprise we might have.
That's a fair point. We could use the darkness to our advantage and try to gain a foothold before they realize we're there. If the room is shrouded in darkness, and you, for example, use your ability to make us harder to perceive, we could go completely unnoticed.
It could work.
I think either way, we have at least some strategies in mind. Is there anything that anybody would like to bring up before we go?
Bringing them into the hall.
If we're made, I think if we get in and we're unseen, then we should continue stealthily and try to find our way into wherever the artifacts are held and avoid a fight if at all possible. However, if they immediately know we're there and they move to attack us, then yes, I think it's probably a best choice to retreat to a defensible position, allow them to come to us, and then we can use our numbers and our tactics to our advantage. Also, they're very large, so I doubt that very many of them could fit in a hallway where they could do damage to us directly. It would allow us a little bit more leeway with knocking them out one at a time, like we did the first one. Concentrated fire on one thing at a time will allow us to have a better chance of defeating them all systematically rather than all at once.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Kiriki, how did your mask fare? Do you have the ability to take us back today?
She's looking at it, holding on in her hand, and she's like, "Oh, yes, I can take us back today, but we cannot get back out if it were to go awry again."
Well, that's delightful. So then it sounds like we have one more try. We be smart, we play our cards correctly, we keep each other safe, and this time we will prevail.
Maybe we can get in quiet enough that they won't even notice we're there.
That is
And
my
search
hope.
the room. Yeah.
I'm ready to go when you are.
I would like it noted that everything going on right now, I pre-text to someone before we started. So if anyone gets angry, I can screenshot it. You guys are teleporting?
Once everybody's... Well, before then, I want to go ahead and... Kiriki is going to grab her ritual dagger, draw it across her arm, and she's going to cast a blood seal onto Malachi again, just to give him some extra HP again.
Thank you.
That was
Let's see.
15, right? Or did you roll?
I have to roll.
Oh.
So first I roll the damage I take, and then I add it to a 1d10. So 9.
Ooh.
1d10 plus 9. That's 11 extra HP. I rolled real bad.
Now,
okay.
is this...
Is
I
it
have it.
max AP or is it temp AP, HP? What is it?
It's a temporary hit points for... Yeah, it's temporary HP for an hour.
Cool.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like AIDS or not. Aid.
It is...
Speaking of AIDS, hey, y'all want AIDS?
Yes.
I've never said yes to that question before, but yes.
Okay, hold on.
First time for everything.
Cool.
Eldora will cast the AIDS spell on Andrak, Kiriki, and Malachi. Y'all, you get 15 bonus HP.
Yeah, I'm stacked up now.
Here, have some AIDS.
So much.
Did you make it to 100?
Yeah, I'm at 116. No, 117. With the
Let's
10
go.
included.
Nice.
The first time I've hit triple digits in my health pool.
This is the first time that AIDS has ever been a positive thing.
Yeah. So now,
Sorry.
What?
It's just funny.
so Malachi has blood armor on, and then also the aid, which I don't know. How does the aid appear to us? Is it just like a sparkle and then we're done, or
One of those
What's up?
unknowing things. We don't know it's there, but we feel a bit stronger. Also, it's not an armor because it doesn't give you AC bonus. It's like this weird like text across your body, like you got a temporary tattoo.
sick?
Yeah.
She just like spits some blood on you, and she's like, "Yeah, fucking help ya."
A little, yeah, pretty much. It just
You're welcome.
she center points it and it like spreads like text. It's a seal, so
Sick. He like looks at his arms and looks at it. Thank you. It feels good for a reason that I'm not sure I want to understand.
thumbs up. Alright, is there any other underlying spell prep we want to do before we go? Cast or
Any buffs?
Any weapons you want to have out? Dodge actions you want to take?
Any invisibilities or passing
I do
without
want to-
traces?
I do want to clarify that Kiriki has redonned her armor and everything now that they're done.
You're not
Yes.
going naked? What
No,
the
I
fuck?
just wanted to let you know because you'd be like, "Well, you never said," and I'd be like, "Motherfucker." So let me clarify that has happened.
Okay.
I will just cast the pass without trace, just to have it.
Okay.
Okay. And it's concentration for like 10 minutes, right?
Yes, I think so. Let me just double check. Oh, come on. Pass. Sorry. Give me a sec. Up to 1 hour.
Oh, damn. Yay!
I have too many concentration spells, so it will be gone very fast. Much faster than that.
That's fair.
That's
All right. Everybody gather in a circle. And
Yep.
you're going?
Yeah.
We're all
Friendship
all holding
circle.
hands. Yeah, pretty much all holding hands in a circle.
Kumbaya, zip zap, let's go.
Okay.
Kiriki will focus on that candle holder that she's had for more than 6 months. It's been in her bag a while.
So clutch.
It is a well-known item that she keeps on her person that she doesn't really need, but she has it anyway because it was gifted to her. And she's focused real hard on it, and she teleports them back to the temple.
Okay. I'm not going to ask you to roll anything.
I don't think I have to if it's something I know.
You said very familiar, right?
Well, where is it? If you target an object, it must be able to fit entirely in a 10-foot cube and can't be held or carried by an unwilling creature. The destination you choose must be known to you, must be similar existent. The familiarity destination determines whether it is arrived successful. And I think it said, if it's something I know. Where is the...
Well, there's associated object. I would say you know that.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
Damn
Yeah,
candle
it was
holder.
in the last 6 months, yeah.
Okay. You look at it every day and go, why do I carry you?
For
What are
reasons
you?
like this.
Ritual.
Okay. You feel the spell go off.
Yeah.
You feel marble under your feet. You feel the area, the environment, the smell, the sounds, everything changes. But you see absolutely nothing. Aldora, Castor, Kiriki, Andrek, you all see nothing but darkness. But you hear, you smell, and you know that you're somewhere else. Malachi, you can see up to 120 feet around you.
Mhm.
You are the only one that can see.
Mm.
You see
Okay.
the doorway near you. You see the benches. And across the room, away from the doorway and to the right of the pool, you see one of those quill creatures is riding. It's looking at the wall. And you actually see some of the dust and everything on the wall itself is being removed as it's doing it. And then kind of across from the doorway, about 55 feet from you, near those benches, you see another one is riding in the air. Like they don't even seem to notice you. But you do see that one of the benches is actively being scoot a little bit forward, kind of evenly, and then it stops after a couple of seconds.
Can I ask a technical question?
Go ahead.
How does he know where they're looking at?
But he doesn't know where they're looking. He knows where they are, and they're just
You said
writing in the air.
that one is looking towards the wall, you said.
It's
writing things down. Oh, it's writing things down, and it's writing things that are written on the wall, like about Poseidon and everything like that. So I'm sorry. You can assume that they're looking towards the wall. I apologize. Let me get this right. I'm sorry.
I feel better now. Thank you.
Yes.
Through the door to, well, the map's south. I don't know which direction Malachi is really facing, but to the map's south, out the window, I can see on the map about half of a big monster. Is that reality as well?
That is reality. So here's how that works. You see the torch near Andrak.
Mm-hmm.
You see the other torches in this place, and they are lit. You can see fire is coming off them, but they are emitting no light at all.
Mm-hmm.
That goes for the candle sconces outside this doorway in the hallway across the way. You see that it is lit. There is light coming from the candles. There's light on the candles, but not coming from the candles. However, at the window, you do see daylight outside, even though there's no daylight coming in the window. And you see the big creature walking slowly past the window, looking inward very hard.
Mm-hmm. As the big guy is looking in the window very hard, does he give an indication? Should I do a perception check or something to see if he's spotting us?
Go ahead, roll a perception check.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah, that's an 11.
He doesn't give off any indication that he knows you're there.
Okay. Malachi doesn't know that everyone else cannot see, so he's just going to kind of look around. He's actually going to do the hand signals.
We discussed about it.
Well, but he can see right now, but he doesn't know that everybody else can't see right now. We discussed
He at
that
least-
Eldora couldn't see through the statue. He knows that Eldora couldn't see through her scrying, but he doesn't know in this exact moment that everybody else is seeing nothing.
Yeah, but dark vision is not normal vision. You know it's dark in there.
Yeah, that's true. But he also
You don't see in color in dark vision.
Well, I thought y'all discussed it and you know that Kiriki, or you think you know that Kiriki, Aldora, and Andrak can see.
Yeah.
Because Andrak and Aldora had that mask. Didn't y'all talk about it, or did I imagine this conversation?
No, we talked about that me and Eldora cannot see, and we talked about Eldora putting light on her shield and then arriving in a big flash of light.
Okay. So Malachi thinks Kiriki and Andrak can see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So Malachi is going to look over to Andrak and Kiriki, and he's going to do the hand gestures since they're trying to be quiet, and he's going to point out the two quill things that are there, and then make a motion for them to be quiet and proceed, but he believes they can see this. I don't know if they can, so he's just doing that, and then he's waiting for them to see and respond.
All right, Malachi, roll a... Oh.
I was about to say, if I can make a stealth check to whisper that I cannot see.
Yeah.
It is too dark. I'm gonna roll stealth.
I would say don't add Pass Without a Trace, because you're using it to talk. But you have really good stealth, so... Yeah.
20.
Okay. You don't even hear yourself.
Can Malachi see her lips moving?
Yeah. No, you can hear her. She knows how to whisper.
Yeah. I can't
Oh.
see. It's too dark.
Gotcha.
I didn't want to project it to literally everyone else.
Gotcha. Can I do an Arcana check to determine that there's magical darkness here? Because Kevin knows that, but I don't know if Malachi knows that.
Do an Arcana check.
That's a 22.
It's definitely not natural.
Okay.
I would say you can know that nothing about this is natural, and so somebody has probably enchanted the area. Or some things.
Okay. He's going to lean into Castor, because Castor can talk in people's minds. So he's going to lean into Castor and very quietly whisper, "There's a magical darkness in this place. Nobody will be able to see through it. Please tell the others in their minds."
I do so. I won't repeat it 3 times more, but I will explain to everybody in their mind what he's telling me.
With that, Malachi is going to kind of, I guess, do we have any inclination of where we need to be going inside this place? They know that there's the pedestal up at the top of the room, but that was a raised platform. It wasn't like something that went downstairs or anything, was it?
No. Y'all just kind of started roaming around, and then you decided to attack the center of the temple.
Yeah. Am I able to see the bodies of the dead things we've already killed still there?
If you can see it on the map, then yes.
Okay. So those things are still
yeah,
there.
that's within. Yeah. So you can actually see this whole room.
Yes.
So you can see the bodies on the floor across the way.
I guess Malachi is the only one who can really see anything. He's gonna lean back into. I guess I should probably make a stealth check at this point because I'm talking to people. Hang on. Figure out what that is. Okay. It's a 17 stealth. As he leans in to Kiriki and Castor, because they're kind of right next to each other, and just whispers, "My gifts allow me to see through this darkness. But if you cannot see, it might be best for you to move into a place where you're less visible. I will direct you into the corner of the room, and then I will scout around a little bit." And then he's going to kind of just, I guess, put a hand on their shoulders and just try and walk them down into the corner of the room so they're less visible.
I will say to Malachi in his mind, if you can find the source of the darkness, I can probably dispel it. But then we will be revealed.
Okay. As he's kind of walking the back into the corner, he whispers, "I have a feeling that it might be the quilled hands, but I'm not sure yet. I will investigate. Just remain quiet and try not to draw any attention to yourselves until I come back." Yeah, so he wants to try and escort the party kind of into this corner down here where they're close by, but that they're not in direct view of the guys who are walking around outside, and that they're relatively tucked away.
But since you're aware of them being outside, then as long as everybody stays there and stays quiet, it'll be okay.
Okay. And then I'm not exactly sure what to do about figuring out where this enchantment might be emanating from. Would there be a possibility that I could do an Arcana check on the quilled hands and see if I get closer to them, if I can make out if one of them are concentrating on a spell or something like that?
Not really, because they don't have a face or any kind of indication of anything. So doing an insight check or Arcana check for something that you've never really known anything about is just a little hard.
Well, Malachi's going to scout around anyways. I'm going to take him. He's going to go up towards the pedestal.
Okay.
Just kind of slowly make his way up
Stop there. So, as you get close to that pool, you hear the sound of wind around you. Oh. The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown, speaking mostly of darkness. That is by the OG of Creepy, H.P. Lovecraft. And we are going to find out what Malachi has found in the darkness next week.